Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Lounging with Lisa, the video series that has me lounging while coming at you with thoughts of the day. I thought of a cute story a little bit ago and thought I'd share it with you, but I know some people get upset when they can't see lovely me. I don't even know if you can see this whole thing, but I am in this huge, it's a coat that my mom gave. It's wonderful. It's like a raincoat. It's huge, and it has these delightful pockets, and I mean, look at this, ladies and gentlemen. The whole thing, I mean, incoming air traffic can see me. Okay, on that note, I'm going to sit down. If you can't see me, that's life. This is, this is my, typical nighttime situation. It's become a part of the Lounging with Lisa syndrome. Okay, a friend of mine emailed me a while ago, and suddenly this memory came to the forefront of my mind that I thought was kind of adorably cute, and I thought I would share it with you wildly. I had a very good friend. She was elderly. Her name was Patricia. And how this it was just an interesting way, the way we met and stuff, and it might not be the most gripping story you've ever heard, but I think it's kind of dear. Okay, years ago, I don't even know how many, gosh, I think it was like 2008 or something, or 7. I was pretty fresh at the newsroom. I started there in August of 2006. Yeah. So, anyhow, I was writing my column and everything, and there's a syndicated columnist named Reg Henry. He's really good. I think a lot of you would like him. He's Australian originally. He worked for the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette, and I used to read him every week. Now, back then, I was totally a Fox News person, and God, this is hilarious. I look like SpongeBob. It's like all big and square. Anyhow, I was a, Fox News lover. Excuse me, I'm sorry. And I thought, I was a libertarian. Now, clearly, I was a libertarian on, their issues of... a lot of issues I was, and I still, would consider myself to be partially. Remember, I already said I don't know what I am, but I didn't know a lot of the stuff I know now about it. Like, I didn't realize that the Tea Party was basically an AstroTurf movement, paid for by the Koch brothers and all this jazz. Okay, that has nothing to do with it, but it does. Because I kind of want to let you know, like, how weird it was that we would become close. So, I got to be friendly with Reg Henry. And Mother developed a crush on him, too. She's so funny. And he liked my work, and he said that he would try to get it into the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette. Well, I remember when this was. It was like on it was Black Friday. I just forget the year. I'm going to say 2007, maybe. We were having a total snowstorm. I had sent in this column a while earlier. It was called the 10 Commandments of Proper Restaurant Etiquette, and then I did another one, the 10 Commandments of Server Etiquette, and I had Mick at the newsroom at the time, before I knew how to do this. He put me like my face in the body of cartoon Moses with the 10 Commandments. It was basically how a server is supposed to act was the one, and the other column was how customers are supposed to behave toward the server. So evidently whatever, Reggie Henry liked it, and so he, life went on. I sent it in, he told me it was good, whatever, and I didn't know anything else. So, well, then I got this email, and it was from a Patricia of Pittsburgh. That's how she signed it, and it was real long, and she was real sweet and going on about how that column was wonderful, and, people don't know how to act in restaurants, or I don't remember what all she said, ladies and gentlemen, but I thought, wait a minute, why am I getting an email about the 10 Commandments of Proper Restaurant Etiquette whenever I wrote that column in July, and it's now Black Friday? Here, excuse my voice and everything, ladies and gentlemen, I'm really cold out here. Here, I was published in the Post-Gazette, and nobody let me know about it from the Post-Gazette. So it was really nasty outside. I freaked out. I clutched my pearls, threw on my boots and everything. And Austin, Joel's youngest boy, 2 years older than Spencer, they were, young men. He was probably 10. He went around with me. I went down and bought every Post-Gazette in Conneaut Lake. This was big, like a big deal. And I delivered it to various people with whom I'm close, like, I don't know, whoever, you wouldn't know them anyway, but people around the area, ladies and gentlemen. And I was all elated and delighted in anything that ends in an ed. Well, Patricia and I started this budding romance or whatever. Not a romance, but, or a bromance. What would we be? Just super good friends on email. This is before I was on Facebook. It was before any of that jazz with instant messages, or I didn't know about it anyway. We would email constantly. We spent the whole weekend doing that, really getting to know each other. She was a fascinating woman. She and her ex-husband ran a theater up in Seattle at one point. She was refined yet fun and very knowledgeable about things, and she would have been in her 70s then, and she knew the kind of music that I like. Like, she loved Pat Benatar, and she liked Rush, and, Journey, and all these ones that I liked, then and now, actually. So I ended up going to Pittsburgh several times. This is back when I had a few dollars, and I would rent like a little suite for a weekend in this really kind of neat area down there, and we would hang out and do this, that, and the other thing, and blah, blah, blah. The thing is, ladies and gentlemen, she passed away, and I forget what year, but it was very sad. I would go camping, and we would keep in touch the whole time I was camping, and all kinds of jazz. The thing is, I didn't know I just thought she was a nutty, I guess, Democrat in love with Obama. And then she started to say stuff like, she was very disappointed in Obama. And I was really confused because I was extremely, glued to the Fox News deal and all that stuff. And now, of course, I don't know. I guess this email just reminded me how thankful I am that Patricia had anything to do with me, because she was getting ganged up on, too, because her daughter was a Fox News libertarian and all that jazz, and it was playing all the time in their house, and poor Patricia, turns out she was a progressive, ladies and gentlemen, who gets things done. So, I don't know, I just thought it was a cute story that I met this woman through fan mail, and we became super duper close. Mother even met her. We went down one time for an afternoon. Spencer was flying to Florida to see his father, and Mother and I went in. We had stayed overnight in Pittsburgh the night before. Oh, yeah, that's right. We went on a tour of the Post-Gazette because Reggie Henry said, anytime you're in town, I'll take you on a tour. It was so funny. It was really interesting and everything. We got done and we went to the car. And we got in, Spencer, Mom, Lisa. And I said, that was really interesting, wasn't it, Bubby? That's what we call Mom. And she's like, oh, if I were only 20 years younger, I would totally go for Reg Henry. She had this huge crush on him. It was adorably cute. That was about probably 9 years ago. So however old she was then, if she's, she was 80, right? 81. Now, it seems like it was before that. Anyhow, ladies and gentlemen, that's it. I just thought of the story. Not sure if it's that exciting, but I was published in the Post-Gazette then another week. They did the other restaurant column after that, but it's just, I guess, the point of the story, if there has to be one, there really doesn't have to be one, I can just bloviate all I want, is that it's really weird how differently you see the world when you get away from TV and the corporate media and all that jazz and really see what the heck's going on. I kind of, clearly I wish Patricia would have lived long enough to see me, get rid of that kind of stuff. Although, like I said, there are some libertarian ideals that are fine with me, especially the reducing the military all over the place and all that jazz. So, okay, that's all. Very exciting, I know. I'm designing a collage. I'm taking a break and thought I'd come at you with this gripping story, ladies and gentlemen. Lounging with Lisa. The video series that has me lounging while coming at your thoughts of the day. Please join me, join others to rob your political identities. Let's focus on issues, leave labels at the door, and research before you judge. Wow, I almost went 10 minutes. Love you.